My goal today is just to give you a brief overview of Hapara and the teacher dashboard with remote control. And just to give you an idea of how to get started, Teacher Dashboard integrates with Google. So everything that you're going to see here also pulls from our Google Apps domain as well. So I sent you a link to this dashboard. So as long as you're logged into your Google account, into your email or calendar, you will be able to flip right into Hapara and it will log you in automatically using your same username and password. So I'm logged into Cindy, as you can see here, just so that you can see how it's going to look today. I'm going to go ahead and choose one of her classes. Choose the 7th English class. And when I open up that class, it will list all of the students in Chromebooks that have been assigned to that class. I'm going to come back and talk about the dashboard in a minute, but I'm going to move over to talk about remote control first. So if I click on remote control, this will show you exactly what is going on those students' Chromebooks right now in your class. And if you look here, you can see that Luke Miller, for example, is the only one that currently has his Chromebook up and on at this time. And there's a number of things that I can do right from here. For example, I can close that tab if he's somewhere he's not supposed to be. I can send him a chat message asking him to go to another place or telling him just something if he's struggling, and it sends that message directly to him. I can open a tab for him on his computer, so if he's struggling to get to a specific web address, I can click there and open that tab for him. I can click here and actually get a screenshot of what Luke is working on. So if any questions about what he's got open, what he's working on, I can take a look at it from here. I can also from here send an email message um, to Luke as well, already addressed to him right from this screen. So you don't have to go into Google, just straight from the screen you can chat, you can email with that specific student. You also can click current screen and that will actually show you a picture of what the student has open on the screen. So if I scroll down, you can see there it shows me exactly what Luke has open on the screen. So remote control just shows their tabs that are open and their current screens. But it also has some cool features too. You can send a message to every student in that class by clicking on the button, or you can open a tab for every student. So if you wanted to tell the students to go to a specific website, you could just type it into this open tab for every student and it would appear on every student's Chromebook. Okay, there's some sorting options and also some color coding options here. If you wanted to group your class by reading groups or something like that to see it easier, you would be able to do that. So that's a quick overview of remote control, just an easy way for you to see what the students are doing, open tabs for them, close tabs for them, and communicate with them. And you can pull this up on any computer. Now also it comes with some other cool features, and so we're going to look at the teacher dashboard. That is all part of this. And I used this yesterday in class because I had a document that I wanted to send to every student. So instead of sharing it and then worrying about it being read only and users editing it, I can actually send a document out to every student right in this class from the teacher dashboard. And before we look at that, I think it's a good idea to look at how that is configured within your Google. So within your Google, in your Drive, under your shared with me, you will notice like Cindy that she now has these groups of folders for her English and her literature classes, and you'll see they're owned by the Hapara, basically school docs owner. So we don't want to delete this. This is the school year. So again, if we wanted to look at what a student has, if we go to, for example, the 6th literature class, go to literature, you'll see that every single student in that class has a folder. And on the student side, when they go into Drive shared with me, they will have a literature folder, an English folder, a science, social studies, computer folder. And I have showed them all of this, so they know where this is. So if Amanda is working on something for literature, she should go to her literature folder and she should save her information in that literature folder, and then you would be able to pull up that project right from that folder. So users do not need to share documents with you and you get the emails and you try to organize it. All the student has to do is save it to their literature folder. You can go into that literature folder and you can see it from here. You can grade it, you can comment, you can do track changes, all within that student's folder right from within your Google. So that is where you're looking right here. So none of these students have any documents in their English folder, but for example, if we go back to looking at that 6 literature folder, you can see that Amanda does in fact have that document here, and I can click it to take a look at it right from the teacher dashboard or go to Google Drive to look at that document. It will show you the last 3 documents that that student has saved in that literature folder, and you can change that configuration. So you can see there's a couple students that have already saved to the correct place, and then others, and we've talked about and showed them how they can save in that folder, or once they create the document, how they can move it to that folder also. So that is a nice way to organize your Google Docs that users are working on. Another neat thing that I did yesterday I talked about is this smart copy. This allows me to take a document, one that I created in my example, maybe a quiz or something, or a new document, and actually make a copy of it for each student and give it a title. And you can use this %F and %L, and it will name it with the student's name. And actually it will take that document and put it in all of those students' folders, or if it's a quiz for only specific students, you can put it in specific students' folders. So when you do that, you know that it is being saved to their correct literature folder. It is a copy, so no one could edit any documents that you have created, and you don't have to go through the share process. So the student goes into their literature folder on Drive, pulls up that document, they work on it, they save it there. You can go in at any point and look at their work, you can grade it, and just makes it very easy to work within the teacher dashboard. So I'm excited about this. I think this will help us manage the large number of Google documents that the users work on. Just to mention a couple other things, one is this Gmail tab. This will show you any emails that you have sent back and forth with that specific student, so you can see their inbox sent in their trash. So these would be only messages that, for example, Amanda has sent to Miss Malloy or Miss Malloy has sent to Amanda. It would not show any other messages. CJ, Allison, and myself, however, when we go into the Gmail, we can see all of the students' emails that they've sent. So there is a way, and I've told the students that we can get in and look at all of that information if we need to do that. Sharing is just for students when they haven't put it in the correct place. This allows you to come in and look at documents that they have just sitting in their Google Drive that are not shared. So if they accidentally did not save it to the right place, you can come in here and take a look at it. You can email that student. So these show you public documents, external, all of their documents. And I'm having them save their pictures now to Picasa, so it will be stored out on the web for them. So you can see what pictures as well they have saved. If they're working on a project for you, they can create an album in Picasa, upload the pictures there, and it's a good way for them to organize their pictures and let you see it as well. Finally, their class information. From here, it just allows you to reset their password if you would like. Instead of coming to me, they can reset their password, and this resets their Google password as well as their Hapara, since they are basically tied together. And the last thing that I wanted to talk about was a test that we were doing for Cindy on the calendar, and I just want to show this to you. We set up her English classes to actually have a class calendar. And when we look here, you can basically see the calendar for that class where she would enter items specific for that class. She can click here to get to the calendar to add items, or she can come to her calendar, and when she's working, for example, in Google Drive in her calendar, she can click here, and here's her English class. She can see all of her classes. If she wanted to add an item, she would click and then select what class she wants to add it to, and she would add items to that English class. And so the students then, when they go in under other calendars, under their Google Drive, they will see the English class, and they will see any items. And just like we do, you can combine them all together to see a list of all of the calendars that are available to that student at any time. So that is a new feature that we're working with the Google Calendar, and it's just something that we're testing right now with Cindy, but it's something that we can talk about if there's an interest for it. You can talk about it in your middle school meetings. So the idea with Hapara is that you stay logged into it all day long and just watch your classes, work with them this way. If you have any questions, please let me know. I know it's a quick overview. I will be happy to help you with any questions that you have. Thank you.